Good evening, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibyte OG. So, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. I haven't been fudding it up today because there's been, I basically told you guys what I thought a few times today. I told you I would get out of XRP at 72 cents just because you could go into other things that hadn't gained that 10 or 12%, like Doge, and it might not fall as hard on a retracement, but because Doge, we're still looking for it to bounce up that pattern. We're at the bottom side of this trend line, which is not uncommon. It's actually up high a little bit, my trend line, because 19.8, 19.6. As you can see, my trend line's a tiny bit off, so we're going to fix that for relevance purposes. But this isn't a Doge update. I just want you guys to see that's where it should be. So I said earlier, you can fall down to this 19.8, 19.6, and it's no big deal. That's well within this pattern. So we got a lot of breathing room right now. But XRP is what we need to talk about, because if you're holding it, there's no reason to get out of it yet because it's over the descending lines over there. But what you need to watch for with XRP, I'm going to put down the exact line that you need to watch, because this is the trend. If it breaks below this trend line, but that's the problem. You're at the top side of the trend now. So the chances are, unlike what I'm talking about and showing you with Doge, how it's on a heavy consolidation, this is not. This just went on a little bit of a rally, so now it makes it trickier. So we can go from here, start the short-term trend line. That's off. So now you've got a trend where you're bouncing, where you could bounce up. That's what I'm saying. We could bounce up, and it lines up perfectly with this area. But that might come after a retracement like this. So that could come down to 64 cents. We don't know. As long as it's over this trend line that it's at right now, that's a short-term moving average, as I've shown you how we came up with all those. I don't use the EMA or SMA lines. I do it myself. The simple moving average on the bottom is just so you can see how the price volume trend is moving relative to the volume. So right now it's nothing unusual. It actually looks pretty good. Like I was saying about Bitcoin doesn't feel done. Bitcoin's right between that trend, and I told you guys earlier it would be well within its range to fall down to like 38.3, and that's where you would get Doge down to that 19. Well, actually, it won't even go to 38.3. It's up higher on the trend line. As we go up higher, the trend moves up as well. The trend's very tight right now, between about $2,500 with Bitcoin. You break downside of that trend, it's trouble. So that's what you're looking at with Bitcoin. Showed you what we're looking at with XRP. I want to show you with XLM as well. These are all the moving averages that we've done. They're not even moving averages. These are all the trend lines. Short term, long term, anything you can throw at it. So we're met right in that triangle right there, right where everything meets, and it popped up beautifully into it. Now the question is can we pop up to 30 cents, because this is a nice long sideways and up consolidation. Just like Doge is in a nice sideways and up consolidation. And the last time Doge has seen something in its pattern like this was all the way back in 2018. When it was a half a cent. That's the last time this pattern showed up. So it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. So I've got very, very good trend lines on Doge. I got them on everything. But I can't possibly keep up with, I can't update everything on every show. That's why I always say, if you want me to cover something quicker, send a donation. If you're an OG of the motherfucking OGs, you ask me and I do it. But also take into account it's a lot of fucking work, and, donations speak. So we've got that ascending line with, interesting. Because we can almost figure out where this is going, guys. Whoops. We've got a parallel. So it almost Like, it looks like it finished off a cup and handle, but doesn't it look like it needs to bounce back up here for DGB? And that's why I keep saying tomorrow, some of these tomorrow, DGB has to make up its mind by July 31st, roughly. So we're coming to the end of these trends, but we're bouncing to a spot where DGB looks like it's going to have to bounce up some. You know, it's going to be interesting, guys. V-Chain's on the same kind of thing as XRP now. So that pennant flag, you don't want to fall outside the pennant flag. Just remember that, guys. And what I mean by that, that would be your pennant flag. You do not want to fall too far below the pennant flag. Otherwise, it's bearish. As long as you're inside the pennant flag, it has the chance of breaking up and it can be ultra bullish. You take the size of the flag, you know, the pennant, and then you would move it up here appropriately. So that would get you, you know, if you moved up from here, guys, that's a nice move. You know, you're looking at 9.5 cents on V-Chain if it were to move up. Conversely, if it moves down, it puts you right back into that 6.5 range. That's why I wouldn't touch V-Chain. I mean, I would if you're comfortable with it. But we've already rode V-Chain. We're trying to get the same move out of Doge, out of, to a lesser extent, XLM. Here's ADA's in the exact same pattern as Doge. They're in that pennant flag formation. And I've already got trend lines built. But I'm going to redo this again. For anybody who hasn't seen, when we go short to far. So the whole Cardano crowd, if you're new to my channel, welcome. There's also another thing we need to cover with Doge. That it looks like we've started the inversion. Or we've confirmed an inverted head and shoulders. With most of these. This could be the head. Could be both shoulder, you know, that could be there, and then we could come up and finish the cup, or in my opinion, somewhere in there. But that's what we have to see. So now we get the moving averages. Ready? We're gonna start from the short term because we want only moving averages where we haven't come up to yet, because we're trying to see where we're going. We don't want ones where we have to go ascending. We want all descending lines from here. So we go where it's descending. Or close to it. Here, let me I gotta pull this farther out. My drawing pen makes this a lot easier. So we're just trying to see, guys, where ADA is most likely going to go with the probability and the analytics that we're creating for ourselves. Because let's face it, we're going from a position we have no money. We're bare bones. Now I'm going to give you exactly what you need to do and the tools to do it for yourself. I'm going to show you all the tricks. You've seen this bullshit on people's. They use you can go find somebody else's that does the same shit. So this is your probability of where we're going. From short-term, medium range, and long-term downtrends. So we're below these moving averages on, you know. So this speaks to the same thing as we're seeing on Doge, like I said. So, again, more of them that are in the same pattern as Doge. So, let's take this out of here. Let's get this out of here. Let's get this out of here. Then we can go like this. We have an uptrending support. A uptrending. Oops. Resistance. Good enough. So now we can also say from here, you know, there's your overhead, as we already know. So now we've come back to the bottom of the pattern on ADA, just like Doge. Looks exactly like Doge. My question is, why aren't we going to come back up here at least to 141 and double top? We're on the bottom of the formation. This would signify we need to swing back up somewhere in here. You know, somewhere in this range. The moving averages or the downtrends that we've drawn out ourselves are pointing to that. And when we did this last night with XRP, it ended up putting us right into a box, and XRP ended up filling right into the box overnight. So this is what I do. This is what I can bring to you. I've done it with all of them, and it's pointing for algo to be somewhere between 93 in that dollar sweet spot. So it's in the same formation. So you got ADA, you've got algo, you've got Doge that are in the exact same formations. So And then we can do Bitcoin, you know, where the projection would be on Bitcoin. Bitcoin finished off a big cup and handle. I mean, a big one. But now we can go, we'll start like this. We'll work our way out and see what it's telling us for Bitcoin. So now let's go to the 4 hour and see if there's any more we can get that are closer in time frame. Yep, we got plenty of them. Ghost, what are you doing? My cat. Come on. Come on, Ghost. You guys know my cat always bothers me, but in a good way. So, and then these ones will probably be irrelevant. Those are going to be parallel. So, here's what we're looking at. So, what are we looking at? So, we've come through some of these. We're about midway through. So, with Bitcoin, to me, it's showing us we got to come down to the bottom of the pattern, maybe. Or we can swing up. But the bottom of the pattern's fine because we're going up so far in the uptrending support that now all of a sudden our floor would appear to be around 38.9, which is fine. If we go to the bottom side, we pulled ourselves back up. But I'm just saying, so that's the clearest I can put it for you. T-Speak at 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XOM and Future Digibyte. OG, this is the clearest, this is the best, and this is the most accurate you will ever see on YouTube because I do it in a different way. Stick with me. Like I keep saying, 2023, if we build the plan like we've been the last 4 months and we finish it strong, lives are going to be changed, but you have to be patient and you have to do it the right way. Stay true, stay blessed.